La 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 lattes were a. La 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 lattes were a. Today I'm coming to you with a very serious video. If you're new here, I am Latte. Please make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe to this video. And if you're old, hello. Hello. How are you? But yeah, today I came to talk about, I don't know if y'all heard about the situation going on with the young lady Raven. I would like to give a RIP to her. Very beautiful. Raven, like, is a perfect example about the videos that I do on the everyday or multiple day basis when it comes down to content. I always speak about mental illness, mental illness awareness. I always speak about depression, and I always speak about anxiety. I speak about mental illness due to the fact is that it's something that so many people are dealing with, but is not touched on as if it is something that's contagious, which it is contagious because it can pass from one person to the next, and you will never even know that they're dealing with it, suffering from it, or going through it. Me personally, this young lady looked like her life was thriving and she was living the best of her life, okay? She was a motivational speaker, which means she was able to speak life into others, but not able to speak it into herself, and that is sad. She was a workout guru, like her body, beautiful. You understand? She helped other people get themselves where they needed to be. Do you really hear what I'm saying to you? She was able to get other people where they needed to be, but didn't have the strength within herself to keep herself strong. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, she was strong up into the point of being strong no more. And this is what a lot of people deal with on the daily basis, because social media will make it look like people have their shit together. Like they're living their best life and everything that's around them is prosperous and things are good. But that don't be the case. It don't. And I cannot stress enough how depression. Look at this situation. Look at this situation. It takes something like this for people to be able to tap into something that goes on every day, all day, 24 hours a day. There is someone in the world that is suffering, fighting, and trying to stay around. I mean, and most times it doesn't happen to hit a note with people until it hits close to home. And that's the sad part about it. People are not being treated. People are trying to basically, how can I say, deal with this nasty disease on their own. And sometimes you need the help of someone else, because you need someone to pull you out the water that you're drowning in. And sometimes if you're not able to swim, you can't do it on your own. So people think going to get therapy is a bad thing. Listen, I have a therapist, okay? Her name is Stephanie. Me and her is very close. I talk to her on my good days. I talk to her on my bad days. But I have her to talk to be able to coach me through situations I'm not able to coach myself through sometimes. And even though this young lady, Raven, was able to coach other people, she also needed a coach for herself. And people drop clues. They leave signs and they'll let you know that they're tired. Okay? And it's just up to you to be paying attention. I mean, like, the young lady was beautiful on the outside, but fighting the ugliest demons on the inside. And those are the things that people cannot see. So if a person do not let you know what they're going through, you will not know how much a person can look lively on the outside but be so dead on the inside. People deal with things that we don't know that they're dealing with. And the bad part about it is you could think a person has it going for them. Like, why would you ever be or need to be depressed? You got your whole life ahead of you. But if you can't see ahead of you, you don't see no your life. And a lot of people are overwhelmed with staying in a position to where their head is just above water, not even on dry land. They just trying to keep their head above water. Do you hear that? And that alone within itself is a struggle. You could talk to somebody every day, but just because you see them wearing a smile don't mean that there's life in that body. People's soul operate different. And if you have no music for your soul to dance to, then you're walking around with a dead soul. And a lot of people feel that they're fed up with everyday living. It's sad to say, but it's the truth. I bet you if you ask more than only 5 people, you can ask 5 people that's close to you how they're doing on a regular basis. They're gonna lie to you. They're going to lie to you just because they don't want to get invested in a conversation, having to spare their feelings to someone else. Because even though a person might tell you somewhat what they're going through, don't mean that they're fully letting you know what's going on. So when people ask that question most time and I say it, oh, I'm okay. Oh, I'm good. I'm all right. And that's lying to you and they're lying to themselves because they be nowhere near all right. I'm a human being and I can let you know multiple times out the day, I have to remind myself who the fuck I am. Otherwise, I would be lost. And that's because you deal with so much in a day, you forget who you are. Everyday people like me and you, we don't have a lifestyle where we have to live up to a certain persona. Imagine these stars that we actually watch on social media every day. They have it worse than we do because they have to live up to the criteria of what other people feel is what they supposed to be. Not who they actually are. They get critiqued. They got people watching every move they make. They got people commenting on everything that goes on in their life and they get paid to put it out there. That is their job. So they can't not show up to work even though they don't want people basically involved in their most prized possessions, which is their business, their personal business. And it gets exploited and exploded as if it's nothing. Like to have to wake up every day and be somebody that you're not is the hardest thing to be able to do. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? I mean, this young lady was in a relationship. She had someone, we don't know. I mean, I don't go to bed with them at night. So one thing I don't do is speak on people's privacy. So what they had going on, I don't know. You understand? Because the camera shut off and the mics go down. And people actually have to deal with people in real time. And you don't know what people relationships are in real time. It could be the most beautiful thing ever, or it could be the most horriblest shit ever. And I'm just being honest. I feel bad that he took a loss, but me, I honestly have mixed feelings about him also. Because that man has a set of triplets out here, okay? 2 boys and a girl, I believe, by key plus 3. And he don't give a shit about them. And the Bible states, if you don't love who you supposed to, you lose the love that you want. Karma is definitely a bitch. And when you don't make yourself accessible to the people that is supposed to be able to access you, God take away those people that you make accessible, rather than the factors of you keeping up with who you should be accessible to. And I'm sorry to say it like that because one situation has nothing to do with the other. But like I said, karma is a real thing. And just because it doesn't directly affect you does not mean it do not affect the people that you feel is closest to you. I mean, did you like, comment, share, subscribe yet? I hope so. And click that bell. And like I said, if you're new here, I am Latte. Please make sure you do that. But like I was saying, depression is very, very, very real. Very, very, let me say it again. Very, very, very real. And people will put on a costume. You see this? This is a wig. You see this? This is jewelry. This is clothes. These is even dentures, okay? This is all considered to be a cosmetic costume. People look in their mirror every day, put on a costume to go out into the world to be able to perform for the audience, which is the people, the viewers, the people that you have to come in contact with every day. You're doing certain things so you can look or come across a certain way to a certain set of people. Sometimes you don't feel like getting up, doing your hair, getting dressed, putting on some jewelry, well, I don't know. See, everybody ain't got dentures like me, but putting in your teeth, your glasses you need, so those is your eyes. But you see where I'm going with this. Some people literally get tired of the everyday being the everyday. And just because some people could figure out their next step, don't mean other people even know how to begin to process a step at all, which leaves them out here lost. Hello? You gotta love on people while you can love on people. And I don't mean just thinking because you see a person on social media that means that they're alive. Like y'all people, us people, we really have to tap in with the people that we care about. Hey girl, what you doing? Not ask how you doing. Hey girl, what you doing? I'ma make some plans so me and you could get up. And me personally, you making yourself available to those that you love, it makes a difference. Because a lot of people feel, what difference would it make if I was here or not? Any fucking way. Let's be realistic. Shit, people's lives are gonna still go on. What you gonna do? Make a post a picture, talk about how much you love me and I ain't seen you in 3 fucking years? In 3 years? Like, I had to even remind you that my kid name was Denim instead of John John. Yeah, not little John John, little Den Den. Can you relate to what I'm saying? People will love you from afar rather than loving you right up close. And that's because relationships are not pure anymore. People have no loyalty and they don't stand on what it is that they say. So if you a real person, it's hard for you to fuck with people like that. So you wind up fucking with yourself. And a lot of times when you by yourself, you listening to yourself, you talking to yourself, and you answering your own questions. So the place that another person would normally feel of giving you positive feedback, you're still going off of the negative feedback that you only have to go off of, and that's within yourself. Somebody could tell you that girl, it's gonna be all right. How the fuck you telling me it's gonna be all right? How? Like, how? You not here with me? You don't know my day to day? That's the easiest thing to say to somebody, to shut them up, to make them feel like all they doing is complaining, and there's no need for me to talk about my shit to anybody anyway that can't help me. So, like I said, I would like to give a RIP to the young lady Raven, but hopefully this knocks on a lot of people's doors and open up a lot of windows to let the ear in to be known. People are struggling, and if you are somebody that is struggling, please do me a favor. If you too ashamed to go in person to get some type of therapy help, because some people feel like they got it all together, and if this was the case, depression wouldn't go through as many people as it does. But if you feel like you're too ashamed or nervous or have anxiety about going into a place to talk to someone, they got all type of free services. You could 1-800-I-NEED-HELP. I don't know if that's actually the number, but you get my point. Like when you be watching the commercials and whatever the commercial about, it be 1-800. That's what it is. Right. So do that. Do that. If you feel like you can't talk to the people around you, then talk to somebody that's outside of you. Go outside of the box. That'll be something that you haven't done. And maybe that'll be the one thing, if you've tried everything else and nothing else works, what the hell would it hurt to try one more thing that possibly might have been the thing that you needed all along? Let's all remember, This life is like one big mountain. You can climb, and don't ever forget, there's times you might slip and bruise your knee. But anytime you can look behind you and still see that view, you could keep it going. You could keep it going. Like, like say when the people climbing the mountain and they have the harness on, because you hook the harness thing to the mountain. Come on, follow me here. And even though they slip them, oh shit, but they still be attached to that same rock. There's nothing wrong with slipping and falling. It's the way you get up. Just as long as you get up. We gonna have some fights. We gonna have some battles. But don't take your own self out. Don't let that be the end result. But sometimes people feel like, listen, I'd rather take myself out because the world is already taking me out. And I got my back up against the wall. And I'm tired of figuring out things to do to make it seem like I got things to do when mentally I'm done. Does this make sense to anyone? Have you ever felt like this? And I mean, nobody's life is perfect. Some people done fought some real battles to get and stay where they are today. Like, if some people tell you their stories, y'all think that these stars got it all together because they got money. They got it even worse because they got that money. You know how many people that depend on them? You know how many people want what they got? You know how many people they done lost because of what it is that they have? So mentally, a lot of times the stars feel they already done lost themselves because they only coming to show up to work for you. It's not for them no more. A lot of people become stars because this is something that they really wanted to do as a kid. They really wanted to become famous. And then they actually get the position and they hate it. But they don't want to feel like they letting the people that they care about down. But in the process, they end up letting themselves down because they become somebody that they never seen themselves to be. For the regular people, some people have children, some people don't. Some people have a love life, some people don't. But one thing we all have that's the same is a brain. And you never can dictate what's going on or know what's going on another person's brain. So regardless to whether it's a star or a regular person, tap into those people that are around you. And don't think just because they look good, they are good. It can all be a costume. And what do you do when you put on a costume? You perform an act. You perform an act. So love on you. Love yourself. The only person that can let you down is you. Everybody else is an extra. Other people come into our lives because we placed them there. We all deal with some type of grief, whether it's from death, the death of a relationship, any type of abuse, any type of things that ever made you feel that it took you from being you. Do you understand? But like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that bell so you know that your girl made another video. I'm trying to get this 1,000 subscribers. So make sure you subscribe. And I'm out. Lattes were A.